Let me get this started real quick on this PHP. This is my first PHP video, just talking about the beginning types, data types, strings, and getting onto arrays, things like that, and starting my PHP videos. I'll have them up on YouTube. You can hopefully get them onto my website, which I'm building up right now. So let me get started on this. I'm trying to get this through real quick. So this is an HTML form. I'm using my IDE's NetBeans 7.4, PHP Tutorial 1. This has a lot of explaining. Real quick, I'll get into a small PHP form, and I'm using method post to pull out the stuff printed out on the screen. So first off, let me get back up here. All right, all my notes are commented out so you can read, and they won't affect the code. So what is a variable? It's a keyword or phrase acting as an identifier for a value stored in a system memory. So all my data types that they use in PHP are string, integer, float, boolean, which is true and false. Then you have your arrays and objects. So understand that PHP is a loosely typed language. It determines the data type being handled based on best guesses. So when you create variables, you don't have to declare them like double x equals this number like you would have to do in Java, or int x equals 10 like they do in Java. You don't have to state those in front of it. PHP is loosely typed language, so you can declare it just like this. It could be a number, it could be a string, so on and so forth. So understand that when you're writing some code, and you'll see some of the code the way it's written. Strings, once you're writing strings, they're enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. A string example here would be string right here with the money sign in front of it. String equals, there's an assignment operator right there. It's code outside my front. So you have that here. I have an escape piece right here. Escapes this to let it come out and print. If I were to use double quotes here, I wouldn't need the escape pipe right there. So let me explain that. The variable is string. It's associated with the written statement to the right of the assignment operator. The assignment operator right here, and associated with the string. The backslash with in between the T and the S right there is used to escape the character in the word. Escape this right there. This allows it to print the statement. If I were to use double quotes, I would not need to escape backslash. Single and double quotes react differently, so remember that. So here's a single quotes, string. It's code outside, echo my string. I don't have anything else going to print out, right? So let me print that one out. Is that my index PHP? Let me run that one. It's code outside. See how I printed it out? If I come back here, let me take the single quotes off. Let me put a double. Put a double. Actually, let me take that out. As you can see it, I took it out, gave it double quotes, took my backslash out. Let's see what would happen. Prints it out nicely. So best thing is just use all double quotes all the time. Pretty cool. Back here. Alright, here's a double quote. I gave you an example, but I actually changed that one up, so you'll be alright with that. Let me see if that will echo. Close it out. Okay. Concat. This concats the strings together. What concats the strings together is going to be the dot symbol. The dot symbol right here. You'll see it in other places. It is going to be the plus symbol. Some other languages you use, but the dot symbol is the one. The Java uses the plus symbol. I've used that in the past with that. Always remember PHP, you have the dot symbol, which connects the two words together if you're using them from somewhere else. So always remember that. Okay. And this one, the way I did it so you don't get confused, is a variable assignment statement is here. This is that's my assignment, dot, connected with string. So it should have been my symbol string here. And this would have popped right in there. Hopefully I'll confuse you guys. I'm trying to run through this quick. Here's some math. Okay, math is any positive or negative number. It can be written like this. Here's my variable, go, double O, with the money sign in front of it, equals 27. Or like this. I can make my variable just like that, equals, and I'm going to cast it out. That means I'm casting to an int. Casting to an int means, I'm trying to explain that very well so you understand it. If I want to make it specific that this is an integer, then I would cast it out that way. That's the best meaning I can think of right now. However, it's used in some language like Java. I do use it in Java the way in certain areas that I need to cast it out to an int. If I had a decimal and I want to make it into an integer, say 3.5, and I just want to make it 3, so I cast it this way into that. Alright, don't get confused, but always remember this is casting out a number. You got go 27, and on echo go will give me 27. That will give me the same thing, 5. Now my arrays, I can access arrays two ways. I can echo entry equals 0 by entry equals 2. So I'm basically getting whatever is in my array entry. What's the first word? 0, because in computer language you always start with 0. So my first word will print out, and then as I have entry 2, which would be 0, 1, 2, it would be my third word, and that will echo the third word out of there. Even though it says 2, but remember in computer language starts with 0, 1, 2 instead of the way we do it as human beings, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that. Another way to access stuff is within a string. You echo this person is, and you have to put in the squiggly bracket, call the array right here, and then have the regular brackets and call the whatever index or variable name you have in there, or ID you have in that array. Here it is. Then squiggly lines, and then he is born on that day. That's how that works. So let's see if we could run, if I have something like this anywhere. Don't have anything. But let me show you this array right here that I created. Here's entry is my array. I named it, called it array. I got my title, got my date, got my author, got my body. So the green machine, that the date, the author, and the body, what's going to be printed out. So I'm going to echo each one out, entry, entry, entry. I call them, and then I have my brackets, and I call specifically the ID, which is title, the date, the author, the body. So if I run this, make sure I have nothing else open, so you can see what that looks like. Run. Should print all four. The green machine, the date, Jackson, that, and then today I input my blog. That's an array and how it's written in PHP. Let me close this out. Get back here, output. So you can have output on your screen. You can do it 4 ways. There's 4 ways to create your output. You can use echo, which everybody uses echo, and I've been using echo to get this, to just print out my strings, whichever integers you're using. And accepts multiple statements for output. You can use print. It accepts 1 statement for output. Remember that. Printf, you formatted output. And you got sprintf, same as printf, but uses a string. Remember these. Most of the time you're going to use the echo. If you want things to make it look pretty, I would say, is the printf formatted way. Another important thing to remember here with PHP, once you're getting into it, I'm going to show you a form right now, is getting information from another page. When you get information on another page, and say you had to input like a form, first name, last name, email, author, and you have it here. You're going to echo request because you're requesting that information from each spot, and then you're going to name it. I'll put my first name here, then I'll have another echo that says echo request, the other one last name, then echo request, email. Then you'll see this. This is how it looks. Remember that. Let me give you a quick form now. Close that out. Here's my HTML form. Here's my output, the way it looks. So here's my form. Everybody understands that now. doc.html, headers, title, all the meta. You got my body. I got a div. I put it, actually it's in the div. It's in the container. It's called content. You get into that, you can play with this ID when you use jQuery in it. You have your regular title, big title. Now my form is right here. Form action is login.php. That's what it's called. Then method post. So it will post all this information. Once I submit, action will send me to login.php. 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 And I'll put all my information here. This is the information I'm requesting or pulling from my input from my HTML. So I have my first name. This is what you'll see on the output. You have, it's going to be text, name, first name. That's going to be my ID that I'm using within PHP to pull here. So first name, I'm going to echo it out, request, as I mentioned earlier, first name. I'm going to do the same thing for the last name. Here goes my name. It's text as well. I gave it a size of 20. You could put only 20 characters, only 20 characters here. Email, email is the ID. I'm going to pull it with that. It's also text. 50 is the limit of characters. My Facebook URL, ID with Twitter, and that. Then I have a submit button, join this damn group, or reset, clear it. So I come over here. PHP echo request first name, echo request last name, echo request email, echo request Facebook, echo request Twitter. Let me run this so you can see. So once I run this, run. Here it is. Don't worry, mind the CSS. I'm not a CSS dude. I definitely have some stuff done with CSS, but most important thing is the code itself and how the functioning is. So this is my first name. Last name, I'm King. Last name, Kong. I'm going to give an email, kong@gmail.com. facebook.com/King Kong. Then my Twitter handle is going to be King Kong. I can hit to clear it out, but let's just hit. Once I hit this button right here, it's going to print it out. Boom. There you go. Information entered. First name King. Last name. Oh, what happened to the last name? Let's see what happened here. Last name. Let's see if I have it over here. Last name. Must be capital L there. Let's see if I have a capital L here. Oh, I got a little L. That's an error. See? Case sensitive. Remember that. Here's my little L. Then go back. There you go. I fixed it. So if I go back here, let's try this. Run this again real fast. Run. There you go. King. Kong. Kong. Then www King Kong. Then my @ symbol for King Kong. Once I hit it, it's going to give me all of them again now. Yeah, there it is. King Kong, Kong@gmail, that, and then you have your Twitter handle. That's how simple it is. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm actually going to put up more of this up there. I actually keep the code and I just upload the code as well, so you can download the code. And here goes the rest of the information here. Okay. All right. Thanks.